What's up, y'all? It's the Just Us podcast. I'm your boy Julio.
Just me, Renee.
And this is our second official episode. We've done other little small stuff here and there, but this is our second official episode. We 2 in. How you feeling?
I actually feel pretty good. You're calling me Renee, so we in a good space.
She don't like me using her government name, bro. I find out it's cool for her to use my government name, but I can't use her government name.
Boy, I will not.
She don't respond to me using her government name, which
He's
is
not allowed to
fucking
call
crazy.
me by
And
my
she don't
government.
call me my nickname. She refuses to address me by Julio. She refuses. Like, she may, if somebody come up and, she'll acknowledge that you're talking about me. There's no problem. She understands you're talking about me. She will not, when she responds, it'll be with my government name.
I'll tell Dwayne you said what's up.
He's just gonna put it on his government name on his bitch, huh?
Oh shit, my bad.
We good.
My bad.
So we gonna talk about this week is still dating. We're gonna go into another topic as well, but we're gonna start off with just talking about the actual
Importance of dating.
Yeah, importance of dating. So it's definitely important to continue to date. You don't just stop dating because you now are married. What it allows you to do, at least from my point of view, it allows you to continue to enjoy each other.
Keep building your bond, that connection.
Learning more stuff about each other, because now it may be a hobby that you picked up or I picked up that we can invite each other into, or just simply doing shit that you like to get away from the world.
Especially if you have kids, to me, it can be harder when you have kids to still go out and date and find, time for each other, because sometimes it may feel like you barely have time for yourself. So one of the things we used to do, because I work from home and he used to go in later, we would do day dates, and we would go to the movies at 12 o'clock and
catch the matinee, so it don't cost an arm and a leg to continue to do it. Because the matinee movies be like $6. So, and I'm talking about the IMAX 3D, maybe $8. So you get it for the low, but it allows you to do something where you're spending time with just your significant other, and it's important to continue to do it.
Lunch and a movie.
Yeah, lunch, a movie, or even the movie theater we go to, you can get lunch at the movie because they actually serve food. We got a AMC theater that has a bar inside of it, and you can actually order food and they'll bring it to your
and the seats recline.
They bring it to your seat.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's my favorite.
It's pretty dope. That's what we do. Well, what we haven't done day dates in a while, just because life has kind of picked up, and it does. I work during the day now, and it does not allow for day dates.
And my schedule got really busy with work,
so we have to find. We do what we've been doing in the last year. We've done a lot of concerts though, way more than we've ever done. I'm talking about Mary J.
Oh, that was good. Shout out to Mary, that was good.
I took her to the Tip and Jeezy Street. I forgot what Legends of the Streets concert that came through Atlanta.
Your birthday / Valentine's was Anita Baker.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. And I didn't think she would get it because them tickets was high as shit, bro. Anita was literally the most expensive tickets we bought.
It was a good grip.
Them shits was like, what, $600? No, them shits was over. Them shits was like $1,100. It was $1,100 to sit in the same seats that we went to Mary J for damn near half the price. Anita price, Mary J price.
We went to both shows.
Two different, but both shows were awesome.
Oh yeah, and Mary's my girl, and Anita's voice is just bruh.
Anita is my favorite singer of all time. Her voice is a fucking instrument, bro. And I seen what pissed me off, way off topic now. They came out with the greatest singers. Somebody, I forgot who made this list.
The list.
Greatest singers, and she was way down the fucking. I'm looking at this list. This shit is. I don't know who the fuck made this list, bro. It was crazy. But yeah, so it's important to date.
And what was the comedians? Jason Banks?
Jason Banks, my boy, the one who does with the kids. He pretends to be 3 kids, Blind Adam, and then 2 more. I can't remember the name of them, but he's fucking hilarious. His show was awesome.
And then I like was it the New Jack City?
Yeah, we went to go see New Jack City. It had Flex in it. It had what's it? OP Naughty by Nature. Damn, Tretch.
Yeah.
Tretch was playing Nino Brown's role, which I figured if once I seen him in it, I figured, oh, this gonna be Nino.
It was good though. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was pretty dope for a stage play. You know, it was pretty dope, and then they kept true to what the movie was, so it's pretty dope, and I like it.
It was nice.
You know they're coming back.
Yes,
they're still running. Hey, I suggest if y'all have not seen it, look up the New Jack City play. It's relatively inexpensive. It's not expensive to go to. I forgot what the price was.
And it's just like a nice, like we were saying, like date, a nice little thing to do, get away. I love that the kids are older, so you don't have to like find babysitters. So it's nice.
Yeah, we don't have to find babysitters. Ours are well behaved. We don't have to worry about them starting shit with fires or going through our room.
No.
They pretty much stay to themselves, which is lovely.
And talk to their friends.
And then they'll do brother time where they spend time just doing shit to themselves, and they don't really cook. They might microwave some shit. They do know how to cook, but they won't do it without us there.
Yeah.
And mainly with her, they like to cook with her. I can cook, but they like to do it with her. It's just a bonding thing. I don't take offense to it. But yeah, dating is definitely important. It allows you to continue to discover each other. I think that is absolutely important. It does not stop. Matter of fact, the marathon doesn't stop or end when you say I do. Real talk, it actually starts. You were just warming up before the I do's. You were really warming up because you don't know what the fuck you about to get into. You really don't have a clue.
Wait. Every time we sit down to do the podcast, literally like scenes of Married at First Sight and like Love is Blind be playing in my head. I be thinking about those people on the show.
No, we're watching it now. We're actually binging it. We're behind in it. And we're at the part where they've been on the honeymoon like 2-3 days at this point. And I'm looking at first I was like, oh, these couples are just so, they're going to make it. It's like, let's say there's 5, I think there's 5 couples. We're like, okay, 4 of them going to make it. I see 4. And the reason I say 5 ain't going to, the reason I say the one couple ain't going to make it, it's the one Shaquille and Christian. I don't know if they make it because I ain't made it to the end. I don't know these people. I'm just going off what I saw. And what I saw, they're not going to make it. And with somebody, and there's nothing wrong. Before I make this next statement, she knows what I'm going to say.
Do I?
There's nothing wrong with that. I swear I have nothing against this community. But bro.
Oh, yeah.
Shaquille looks like he belongs to a different community. I'm just going to say it that way.
Yeah, that's a good way.
He don't look like he is in the heterosexual community. And it's just his mannerisms as me watching. I could be dead ass wrong and he just be, I think the word they use is metrosexual. He can be like a gentler version of a guy. But what I see, bruh is using her as a beard.
His friends don't help, I'm just saying.
Yeah, his mentees, I think is what he called them, or they were labeled as. They ain't helping nothing at all, bro. And it's nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling you what I see. Now, whether he is or not, it's fucking irrelevant to me. I'm being honest.
Observations.
Just an observation of what I saw. Please, y'all let me know if y'all saw the same thing. It's not anything wrong,
but if you're on a show like Married at First Sight and you're trying to find a spouse and they looking for
and the spouse is looking for a person that likes women.
That's the problem. Not that he's in a different community. It's just that you're on Married at First Sight.
I have no problem with
looking for a wife who's looking for.
I got family members who are gay. Friends that are gay. Friends of the family that are gay. Yeah. My nephew's godfather is gay. It doesn't bother. He calls me big bro. That's my little bro. He's doing awesome in life. Yeah. Nieces. One of my nieces, at least I know, is of that community. It's fine to me. I don't give a fuck. I applaud their relationship. Matter of fact, my niece and her girlfriend look like they are in love. Now, this is teenage high school love, but they look like they're in love. And, I applaud that shit. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But I'm just telling you what I saw from the show. But yeah, I do think about those shows.
Yeah, because even if we don't go out, like, I'm not feeling like the best today. So it's just like, I want to cuddle and let's just binge our shows. And just because you're not going out and spending money, like, you can still do stuff at home together. So
speaking of cuddling. Hey, fellas, y'all feel like a damn female when you be like, hey, baby, let's cuddle. I be like, damn, I might feel like the woman in this situation. Because I be like, hey, let's cuddle, bro. I bring it to attention. I'm like, hey.
He likes to be So I'm just going to talk about it. when we first started dating, he was not the...
I'm not a PDA guy.
PDA, that's the word. So we didn't like hold hands. Like
I still don't really hold hands walking.
We don't really hold hands and do all of that stuff. So we've been together a long time. So I'm used to like not doing, you know, not a whole bunch of PDA. And then now he wants more PDA and he's like, hey, I'm gonna need some affection and some love. And I'm just programmed to be, you know.
This nigga's losing his mind over there. He is in heaven.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
bro, just don't pull down the lights. I'm just asking Caesar. Don't pull down. Caesar is our oldest dog. He's a rescue. Yeah. So cuddling. Yeah, I'm. Now, hey, I don't do the whole hand holding a whole lot, but I do try to act as a gentleman. I'm opening doors.
Yes.
Even if she's driving, sometimes I'm on that side. I will open the door for her. You know, that's what I do, and I teach my sons to do the same thing.
Yeah, they open the door. My oldest pumps the gas.
Yeah, because you got to be a certain age. Now they're old enough. I can say, hey, get out there when you with your mom, go pump the gas. If they ride on the side of the car and I'm driving, hey, go around and open your mom's door. Like we raising gentlemen, southern gentlemen in this house.
Because when we lived at our old house, I think I was dropping off one of the friends. Like I think I picked them up from school, or we did something, and you know Jay opened the door for her to get in. When we dropped her off, he opened her door and walked her to the door.
Oh, it was a young lady.
Yeah, it was our neighbor. They were like best friends at the time, but he's
I make them treat women, young women, with respect, so they know how to go forward. I've talked to them about, you know, because my oldest, he's in high school now, so I talked to him about dating. I have no problem with innocent dating. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, there'll be parameters set, like, you ain't gonna come in here and bust it loose, but if you want to take her to a movie, I let him know. If you ask her out, bro, you gotta pay for that. Like, because you're asking her on the date. And I gave him parameters to the date, like, okay, cool. You want to get a snack or something inside the movie? Cool. You buy her a snack, get her a drink, and that should be sufficient. If they're going for dinner, you know, get her something sufficient for to eat. And, you know, I ain't raising somebody that just gonna give you all their money. That ain't gonna happen. But I am raising gentlemen, so
there's a difference.
So yeah. But yeah, so it's definitely important to continue to date and get to know each other, because you're going to change over time. Yeah. You're going to start liking different things. You're going to start changing your opinions on certain things you like.
Yeah, and speak up about it. Like, that communication, biggest thing, communication. Hey, I want to spend more time. Hey, I like this. Hey, I don't really. And even if something you don't really like to do, compromise and do something with the other person. It's not always about you. Yeah. So just make sure it's that give and take too. And
we make it a point to do things that the other one likes. Even when it comes to shows, right? All right, cool. Hey, what shows are you watching? What shows? We talk about the different shows that we watching, and then we make it a point that, okay, let's watch this together. And we may not even finish the whole, it's not like we're watching a whole season with them, but I'll watch a couple episodes with her or her shows, and I ask questions to try to understand what the hell I'm watching, and vice versa. Like, she can tell you shit about Sopranos and never have watched the whole thing.
I've watched it like 20,000 times.
Like, I'm talking about full. I just completed it again, and I did that shit in like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks.
The Wire, The Game, bro. He got his fan favorites.
The Game, Fresh Prince, Big Bang Theory is always that's a fan favorite in this household.
The kids too.
Yeah, even my kids can watch that one. Bel Air, all these shows, like. It just gives us insight into each other. So we try to do a lot of different stuff, because the older I'm getting and what I'm realizing in life, and it don't hit you when you're younger. You always want to go hang out with your friends. Family. When I say family, I'm talking about your wife, your kids. Those are the most important things in life, because at the end of the day, your mom, your dad, they've done their job. They've raised you. They got their own life to live. Your siblings, they got their own life to live. They got their own family and kids to worry about, their own spouse to worry about. So because y'all don't spend as much time, you can't take it personal. And I'm big on this shit is bothering me. They don't like me. And that's not it. I be having to reel myself back in. She has to reel me in, because I'm like, man, F them. They ain't calling me.
I'm like, bro, no.
Nah, they're busy. And
but if you can pick up with that person like nothing, like you haven't skipped a beat, that's like the good thing, the important thing. That's how you know it's like a genuine type thing. Like, I have a friend, she's in Virginia. one of them is in Texas, and we could go months without like getting on the phone, and then we get on the phone and it's like we have been talking every day for the past 6-7 months.
It was funny, the first time I met her friend in Virginia that she's talking about, I met her husband. Me and him picked up like we had known each other forever, bro. I was like,
we were like,
this
okay.
shit, really? Like, he came off, like Virginia, a lot of the people I've met from Virginia or in that area kind of, when it comes to
They're
music,
different.
they have like a music palette for East Coast, like New York hip hop. A lot of them don't really, from what I met, don't really mess with a lot of the down south music at the time. And I was just coming out of my No Limit phase, and he knew all, and he was like boom, 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 and we just had a lot of shit that we needed to talk, not needed to talk about, that we talked about.
And I was
it was
catching
really,
up with my girls.
it was really,
nice.
it was really dope. Yeah. So it's definitely important. The family thing is definitely important. And if y'all want to continue your relationship, even if it's, we don't really do, I don't like eating outside. So picnics at the park ain't really my fucking cup of tea. I don't like eating outside because of bugs, flies, gnats. I even have to reel myself in like on cruises, right? There's generally no gnats or any of this stuff.
It's nice eating out on the cruise to me.
If they have a deck where you can go, a section where you can eat out on the thing, I don't think about it till after we already done, because I'm so big on I'm not eating outside that I don't realize, damn, you on a cruise ship.
It's just nice.
It's not the same thing.
It's beautiful out there.
I mean, hey, the people on the cruise out in New York in April when it was fucking freezing, all
it
for us
was
to sit
like
outside.
30 degrees on the water, and it was windy.
In New York City.
Cold. We were in New York.
Oh my God, bro.
Would you like a table outside?
Fuck no. Would you like me to punch you in your face? Like, what the fuck kind of ass question is that? It's cold as fuck outside, man. What is wrong with you?
We don't want to eat outside.
Hell no, I want to eat inside where it's decent. Like, no, bro. It's cause we had literally stood outside for about 5 minutes getting our bags to the porter to load onto the ship. Bro, I was still shaking. Fucking 45 minutes later, standing in line waiting to do all the final check-in for the cruise.
We are not acclimated. I am not mentally and physically prepared for that type of weather. Like you said, I don't even think they make jackets and coats.
Places like Chicago,
you gotta buy them there,
and New York, you gotta buy your coat there because it would disrespect the shit out of your Atlanta fucking warm jacket. And look at that shit. The winter cut right through that shit.
But yeah, I don't like this.
But so yeah, it's definitely important to date. And what was the other thing we was going to talk about?
Is love enough?
Okay, so we seen this video earlier this week, and I actually did a clip on it myself because she sent it to me, and I looked at it. I was like, oh, I was ready to jump on this shit. All right, so it was on The View, not The View, The Real, and Jenny Mai and Adrian were the two main people talking. Well, actually, really the only two people talking. Lonnie was sipping her drink. She was sipping her tea, kind of. So Adrian made the comment that she wanted somebody that she could marry and be with, and they be totally broke and be happy. And Jenny took the standpoint of saying that that's unfair. Basically, your viewpoint was unfair because you married somebody who was established. Stable. They were established. They had their money. You got your money. So that's not an issue for y'all, and it won't be an issue anytime soon. So you really can't make that statement. So I looked at it and I was like, well, Jenny was absolutely correct. You can't make that statement because you don't know what people do when it comes to dealing with money. Like, if you ever want to know how people deal with money, either put them in a situation where they're going to get a whole lot or have the chance to get a whole lot, or where you're taken away from them. And that will, to me, that will let you know how
money, weddings, and funerals.
Bro, I'm telling you, because I seen it when I was young. I'm talking about I was like 20 years old, and some of my friends, even I thought I was going to be, everybody wanted to be a rapper when they was young. Everybody, I found out quick, I can't rap on a beat. I like poetry. I can even write a little bit. I'm no poet by a long shot. But I tried it. I just can't catch a beat. That ain't my forte, and I'm good with it. Like, with training, I'm sure I could do it, but it ain't natural to me. I ain't Jay-Z. I ain't Nas. I ain't Andre 3K. I'm Julio. And not Julio Jones, not Julio Chavez, just Julio. Regular ass Julio. And I'm fine with that. But I remember they thought this guy had told them they was going to do a song, right? and he was like some producer, and he gave him some song he wanted them to do, and then come up with a rap for it, right? So they in there talking about all this stuff, and then I used to come home on the weekends and visit, and I'm just finding out about it because they're there all week. I was coming home like from the base I was at. It was like 2 hours away, so my days off I would always come home on the weekends, and they were talking about. I was like, all right, dope, cool. We gonna do this song. I'm like, I'm on the we shit. Bro, they thought it was some money involved, and nigga, it wasn't no we involved. It was them niggas and fuck you. And that's when I learned, that's one of the first things I understood about money. Like, damn, you flipped and you ain't got $1. You got the thought of you might make $1. And the funny shit about all this, right? The nigga who was so dead set against me doing it was literally the brokest person in the room at the time.
That's why, because he needed that money. What you mean?
And still, unless he hit the lotto or came up on some shit, this nigga still broke to this day. And literally, funny part was, out of all the dudes in that group, I ain't talking about myself, I'm talking the ones who actually rapped on all these songs. Literally one of the worst rappers in that room. So he had nothing to contribute because when they would pay for beats from a producer they were using, he had nothing to give them. Literally the worst rapper in the room. Like, you had no type of appeal. Sex appeal, money appeal, nothing. You didn't have any appeal. But money will fuck relationships up quickly.
But I get why she said that, though. I feel like she's entitled to her opinion, to be married to someone, to have the feeling of, man, if we were to lose everything, I feel like, this would still last. I think both are important. It can't be just love. It can't be just money. There's got to be some type of balance. But I don't think she was wrong for saying that. But I also get her point of saying, like, yeah, that's nice to say that, but can you really relate to it? So I get both sides.
My thing is, somebody who's been through that shit, and we've been through it, we really have. Like, I don't think people be believing. When I say homeless, I don't mean homeless on the street, and I say this all the time. I mean homeless living in a hotel homeless. At the time, I was working. She was a stay-home mom, and shit just kind of like spiraled and spiraled and spiraled. Now, the way we look at it now, looking at it
here, so
it was God moving things in our life to get us here because it really opened a lot of doors. But we never fought. The things you would think people would fight when money.
We did not
argue. I never remember an argument about why the fuck we in this situation, what the fuck you gonna do, like how we gonna make it. None of this stuff. We kind of just looked at it and dealt with it. Like, okay,
we gotta do this, we gotta do this,
we gotta be here, we gotta go here. And it kind of like it opened doors for us, but it actually made us realize how great we were under pressure and as a team. And I can truly speak from the standpoint of, if we lost it all today, right, all this shit went away, I'll go to war with this lady because I know she's not going to blame me. It could be my fault. The ultimate result could be my fault, right? All right, cool.
What's that going to do at this point?
All right, how the fuck we fix this shit? How do we move forward?
And don't do it again. Like, learn from it and let's go. I don't have time to dwell and play the blame game. Like, no, let's fix it. Let's go.
And you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and then to the other person and be like, I messed up. I won't do it again, or I'll try not to do it again. And then how do we get to the good place again? So while me personally, love is the most, well, first of all, God is the most important thing. To me, it's God, family, football, and then everything else. Yes. Like Lance said, God, family, football.
That's one of our favorite movies.
Bro, you want to see me cry? Put on part.
Best Man Holiday.
Best Man Holiday. You want to see me cry? Put on Best Man Holiday.
Now, I went to the movies to see it. All the men was in there like,
that shit was
trying
crazy,
not to cry, bro. Everybody in the theater was bawling.
And you know what's even crazier? I forgot. I think it was you. One of us had this card, a gift card for the movie theater.
Oh, it was me from work.
We go to this one movie theater. I think it was just me and you.
It was.
It was me and her. And I promise you, we was like, all right. Well,
it was like $30 gift card.
That usually gets us in, and then
snacks.
Nope. That
Regal.
Shit was everything.
I was like, Regal, and we still had to spend money on snacks.
I was like,
I said,
what?
A matinee? Like, what are y'all doing?
And you gotta think, when Best Man Holiday come out, it wasn't the prices of movies now. This was the old prices. It was like Fat Joe said, but this was yesterday's prices. Like, this wasn't today's price. Today's price was not yesterday's price. It was in the yesterday's price.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, yeah, you got this gift card.
Whoop! No, because we were on a real budget, bro.
But we were still dating, though.
We were still dating. We found, we can go to a movie? Cool, we're going to go to this movie right here. But yeah, so the way I look at it, right? Love is definitely the most important thing, because outside of God is first. That ain't even a question. We ain't got to talk about that. God come first.
It's known.
It's like the one thing that you ain't. It's like the thing that's implied. That's already implied. Number one, that position ain't moving. For y'all do what you want. God is first in our life. Then it's love. Love for each other, love for our kids, love, just love in general, right? And then everything else falls in there. Of course, loyalty. And I don't think you can say I really love the person if you're not willing to show them loyalty, respect, all those other things. Because real talk.
I love you, but I ain't gonna cheat on you again.
Yeah.
I love you, I ain't gonna hit you no more.
Now here goes. Do mistakes happen? Yes, mistake. You can have the greatest intentions in the world and put yourself in a bad position one time, or even a couple real time, or a couple times. I'm not saying you should allow somebody to continue to cheat on. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can make mistakes, like with money, with anything, and truly not mean to make these mistakes. That's fine. But how do you adjust from this? Because you can't say, sweetie, I cheated on you going out with my friends, and then continue to go out with your friends and don't make any adjustments. I'm not saying get rid of your friends. I'm saying make adjustments to the things you do. So yes.
And then when that stuff happens, you can't, and she don't trust you or don't want you to go out, you can't be acting crazy because you done messed up the trust.
Yeah, because you got to make adjustments to the feelings.
Like, you can't control how you made somebody else feel. And how long it takes them to get over it. And on the other hand, if you're the one getting cheated on and you say that you forgive them, like, you can't keep bringing it up. So either you need time, like, be honest. I'm working on this forgiveness thing. This was hard on me. I'm going to need some time, but I'm working on it. And then if you can't get over it, like, hey, look, this ain't going to work. But don't just be like, oh, yeah, I forgive you, and you really don't, and then you keep bringing it up.
Yeah, because my thing is, if you pass it, right? And we have decided that this particular topic we can now talk about, and we have moved on from it, right? Don't throw that shit in my face. Don't do that. I ain't saying you gotta forget, but if you're at the point of you done forgave, don't throw it in their face. Just pay attention. Look at the signs. If they look the same, start, paying attention. But always get a person the respect of saying, hey, are you doing these things? Because it could look, anything could look a certain way. But are you doing these things? And then y'all be able to talk.
Yes.
And if you cannot talk, like, here it goes. Bruh, if you gotta hide your phone, hide shit in your phone, right? If you gotta, like, have a passcode. I have a passcode, not for my wife. She got the passcode. I got a passcode for all the other motherfuckers in the world.
Yeah, I'm not leaving it for...
I got protection. I got security for the right. She literally has the password to everything that I own. And that's how I operate. I've seen dudes where I've been in a situation where I worked overseas, right? When I was contracting. And we be talking about pay and then family and stuff. And these dudes like, yeah, my wife don't know what I make. And she ain't gonna know. I'm like, the fuck? Like, why not? What are you hiding, bro? Like, why did you marry her? Like, because I was, like, fairly new to marriage, real talk. That was at the beginning of our marriage. A long
time ago. Jay was like 1.
Yeah, like, no, not that. It was like my second contract, the second job I took in Kuwait. So he was like 2 at this point.
He was still young.
2, yeah, he was real young. He was like 2 or 3. And I'm listening, it was with BAE, and I'm listening to these dudes talk who have been married longer than I have. And I'm like, that's how y'all, I didn't believe in operating that way then, and I damn sure don't believe it now.
Like, just be single. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, that's too much drama. It's too much work. Hey, Renee, I need to use your phone. Okay, here.
Like, I'm not, like, if you got to the point where you got to hide your phone, I don't go through her. Here it goes. Now, real talk, this is how much I trust her. I don't go through her phone. She don't go through mine. I don't log into her bank account. Matter of fact, I can't even think of what the password is unless it's a normal password that we use, which I think it might be.
Probably, because I don't log in. I just be using my face and stuff. So I don't be
she can log into my account. She has all of it, and I have that. She has all of them just so in case she ever really need that shit and something go left and I'm incapacitated. I need her to get to this to move some money around. Like, nah, I'm not hiding that. If you got to do all that, bro, and I can't tell you how to run your relationship. I'm just saying there are trust issues there.
Yeah.
And you do what you want to do, but that don't sound like a solid marriage to me. That you got to hide your bank accounts, your phone. If you got to go into other rooms to take phone calls.
That's crazy. Unless it's a work call and we in here like joking and laughing.
Yeah,
and you need to be quiet. That's different.
A business call.
Every time you on the phone,
nah.
Something's wrong.
And here, go real talk. Here it goes. For all the ones that are actually dipping on their other, because women do it just as much as men, right? Why are you even married? Why are you even married? Like, why are you wasting the other person's time and causing them heart and heartache?
Yeah, because time you cannot get that back. And then what I don't understand is not only are you doing that, y'all don't even protect yourself. Then you be having babies over here. You pregnant, you telling him it's his child.
Knowing damn well it might not be.
And then like diseases. Like, bruh, they're still out there.
That shit, they find medicine that you can deal with HIV and AIDS, but they ain't find the cure. There's no cure. I know everybody love to throw Magic Johnson up. All right, first of all, y'all ain't Magic Johnson. At the time, Caesar, no. Sit down, bro.
Down.
You were not, no.
Okay.
You can't be part of this, bro.
That's my...
At the time they caught Magic Johnson, this man was in the top shape of his life, and he had access to the best medicines in the world. Caesar, go somewhere, bro. You tripping.
Go. Sit. Stay.
Good night.
Stay.
But, yeah, so all that stuff goes in line. But to us, love is the most important thing. Now, is money important? Yes, money is absolutely important because you need to be able to feed yourself. You know, you need to be able to clothe yourself, put a roof over your head, all that other good stuff. So for anybody to say money is unimportant, they're lying to you. For us, once we started obtaining more money, and I can be perfectly transparent here because I have no issues with it, nothing to hide. It don't make me less of anything. And if you think I'm less of anything, I don't give a damn. You don't feed me. You don't do anything for me. And 9 times out of 10, real talk, my life is probably better than yours anyways if you think less of me. And even if it ain't, right? Money-wise, I don't give a damn.
We know. And it's not important. So do tell.
All right, cool. At certain points, she made more than me. And the way we did it, the way we operate is 50-50 as far as money. The relationship is 100-100. She can't give 50% of her. I can't give 50% of me. We're giving 100-100, but as far as like bills, we were 50-50. And it got to a certain point where she was paying the lion's share of it because she made so much more than I did at the time, right? And as soon as I got to the point where I could even that out, I looked at her and said, let's change how we're doing this. Okay, I can start paying more here. And then we start evening it out. And then it got to the point where we were rocking like that. And then I was like, all right, you take these over here. I'll take the mortgage over here. And then the mortgage is actually more than the other bills.
But I do other stuff that compensates.
Yeah, oh my God. She spends so much money on other shit that is ridiculous. Like, bro, there ain't too many streaming services that are popping that we don't got access to that she pay for out of her pocket that she just like, hey, here go the thing. Or just like small stuff. So it evens out at the end of the day. And I'm not even looking for it to even out. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm in a position to have more money to be
mortgage,
able to...
I'm just saying that's a beast right there.
But we were always at the 50-50, but at this point, I bring in more money than her. So that's why we split it that way. But if we were still even, right, it would be 50-50. And that's just the way we
This
operate.
is what I don't get, and we've had this conversation, this may be a little bit off topic, but the ones who are like, the husband needs to pay for everything, and I need this big house and cars, and you got to sit here and have this certain type of job, which you're going to be working all the time, so you're not going to have any free time to spend with your family and actually do stuff. But I work, or if I make money, I'm going to keep it all to myself. Like, how do you expect to like have this nice home and be able to go vacation and do these things if one person is working and paying for like a ridiculous amount of stuff. Like, I don't want to go on vacations. I don't want to sit here and, you know, like do stuff and have fun and go on dates. And then if he's working all the time, how you going to go on a date?
This is my thing, right? I've actually wondered this question along those lines. I've heard women who make good money. Good money. I don't know the exact dollar amount they make, but I'll just say good money. And the thing out of the one lady mouth I'm thinking about, I will not say who the person is because that's their thing and I'm not into throwing anybody under the bus. I'm just talking about the belief and what they said. They was like, no matter what the house was, the man had to pay the mortgage. And I'm sitting there knowing that this person makes a good amount of money. And I'm like, okay, so if they pay for this big ass mortgage, right? What are you spending your money on? And then how are they able to set themselves up for retirement on their end? Because if the guy is spending, let's say he makes, I don't know, $7,000 a month, right? And he's spending $5,000 a month on a mortgage because it's a big nice ass house. That's a big nice ass house for $5,000 a month. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. And then on top of it, paying for his car.
Hers.
No, not hers. She's paying her own car note in this scenario, right? But just his, right? And then how is he able to save money? How is he able to contribute to retirement? Because at some point he got to retire, but he's spending all this and you got all this money. What are you doing? Well, I'm paying the light bill. Bitch, your light bill is $200. You were talking about a motherfucking $5,000 mortgage.
I'm literally just thinking about like our situation. I know how much the mortgage is. I know how much the utilities are. I know how much groceries are, and like literally how much all this stuff costs. And yes, you make good money, but with that good money you make, trying to do the mortgage, all the like, we would not be in this house. So if I wanted you to do everything, you're gonna have to and yes, I'm using settle for less. And it's not, and no shade, it is what it is. I don't want to be in a different type of house. I like the lifestyle that we have, and that's why this works. Like, you do what you do, I do my part, and it's like a team, and then that's how we're able to like live like this. And it's not worth like, well, I just get to do blah 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 and leave everything to you. No, I want my house.
So let me clarify. We're not speaking from a point of view of people who don't have it, who don't understand. We're speaking from a point of view of people who have a house that got 3 stories in it that's over 5,000 square feet. I'm not bragging. I'm just listing what it is. So y'all can do the numbers on that however y'all want to do it, because I'm not giving you the exact numbers. I'm just giving you those numbers. We live in a 3-story house that is over 5,000 square feet. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm actually underselling the actual square footage. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you what it is. And I have a new vehicle I just got in the last year. First time I've ever bought a first-time new vehicle. In the last 12 months, we've done 4 cruises, gone to numerous concerts, and this is all because of how we operate. And when I hear people talk about this is how in every household is different. How y'all deal with money?
What works for you
works for you, because what works for us is gonna work for us. It may not be your cup of tea. What works for your mom is gonna work for your mom. But when I hear these ladies or men talk on social media, it's like all or nothing. And what really irritates and rocks the shit out of my soul is when they say they started off, a real man does this, because what you're saying is, if a real man or if a person does not do this, they are not a real man or a real woman. Let me go ahead and clarify. I be looking at the people who say that, and I look at when they're saying this and they're in a video in the house that they're in, the little bit that I can see, I'm like, my nigga, I wouldn't trade what I make, whatever you want to call me, because that's your opinion and you're entitled to your opinion. But your version of a real man, I can take your fucking house, put it in mine, and walk around and not know you're here type shit. And it's not bragging. It's like, I don't understand your thought. It takes 2 to make this shit work. If I didn't have her, I would not be here. If she did not have me, we would not be here. This shit is a team sport. This ain't an individual combat thing. This is a team sport. And to clarify, we're not in competition with each other. We're not. It's not, I never looked at her and said she was my competition. I looked at her and said, Oh, you're doing that? All right, we'll try to do this and go even further. Keep pushing and clapping the whole way. And she did the same for me. So, like, money is important, but it's not the most important from my standpoint.
Agreed.
So yeah, I think that we'll end on that, and y'all let us know what you think. And once again, however y'all run your household is how you run your household.
Yeah, definitely. We are not saying we have all the answers and do what we say and we know everything, because your situation could be completely different and it literally works for you and y'all are happy. This is just our perspective, our point of view on things.
Yeah. So, hey, any topics that y'all want to talk about? Hey, hit us up, man. We love looking at the comments. We love when people tag us and stuff. The response we've been getting is awesome.
Yes.
On all social media platforms, on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We love this shit. We do this because, one, it's fun. This shit is absolutely fun. It allows us to talk about topics and give it from the point of view of shit that we don't see out there, which is married couples. Because I always see like one clip this week, and I'll end after this. I seen Ryan Davis talk about this, comedian Ryan Davis.
Oh, I love Ryan Davis. He's funny.
He is. We saw him in.
Was that for your birthday or was that?
No, we just went out.
That was a date.
It was just a date night.
That was a date night.
We went to see him at the Atlanta Comedy. I think Atlanta, whatever is on. It's in Hateville. I can't remember what the name of it is.
I think it was Punchline.
No, it's not Punchline. Atlanta Comedy Theater, maybe. I don't know. It's in Hateville near the airport. That's the only thing I can tell you. But he was there and he did an awesome job. And Marvin was actually there too. I can't think of Marvin's last name. Funny light-skinned brother.
I remember him. Yeah.
He's fun. I follow him on social media. He's awesome too. Marvin, I apologize because I can't remember your last name, but you are awesome as well. You tore it down and your stuff on social media is awesome. But Ryan was talking about a woman, right? The clip, this guy, I've seen him, I think it's something with 8, right? And he was talking about what do women bring to the table.
Oh my God, I've seen that one so many times. That
topic to me
is a good one.
It's irritating because, one, the people that were having this motherfucking conversation, 95% of these people are not married. That's the shit that is
or not even in a relationship.
And the dude was saying, like, whatever the lady named off.
She said, I'm going to make your house into a home. I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean. I'm going to take care of the kids. And then he was like, I can pay a maid and I can have a chef come in and do all these things.
Yeah, pre-made meals, prep meals or whatever the terminology is for it. And to an extent, I understand what he's saying. And yeah, and I didn't agree with what she was saying, but I did agree with what Ryan was saying. Like, you can't knock down the home cooked meal from a woman to just, I can pay a maid for this or I can pay a cook for this. No. But the statement of what she was making, I don't agree with. But I'm not knocking down what my wife brings to the table to just that. But stop narrowing it down to stuff that y'all want to hear, because y'all never give the guys on there who are not married, by the way. Motherfuckers are not even married. Talking about what they want from a wife. Bitch, you ain't got no wife. So how do you even know what it is that you want from one till you have one? But he was saying, like, narrowing what a woman down to, I can pay for this. Well, real talk, other than bringing money, which you can't pay for money, is like, that's crazy. And then you say her money's unimportant. Like, every time you're trying to knock it down without hearing what she's saying. I can't pay for what she brings to the table. I can't. Somebody who has championed me when nobody else, I ain't saying nobody else, but it didn't necessarily wasn't in my favor. Somebody who supported me, somebody who gave me ideas, somebody who had my back when nobody else did, like stepped up okay, I'm gonna take over paying this until you can pay more, and that didn't try to make me feel like less of a man. These are the things that are important. And this is why I don't agree with the conversation, because you motherfuckers are speaking from a point of view that you're not in. You're not married. You can't speak from that point of view because you're not there. So you're trying to give advice to people about marriage when you're not that. That's like me trying to tell you you should be a doctor and this is what your lifestyle is going to be like. Motherfucker, I barely got a bachelor's. Like, for real time, how the fuck am I going to tell you about what it's like to be a doctor and the things you got to go through without being it. I can't even really tell you what it's like to be an enlisted member of the military, even though I'm a vet.
It's my bestie trail.
So, yeah, so those conversations about that, what a woman brings to the table, okay. One, I love some of the points that Kevin Samuels brings up because a lot of them are really valid points. His delivery is god awful. Like, what I'm saying is, like, how he be talking something, like, when he was alive, God rest his soul. I was like, he be talking, it'd be funny as shit, because he'd be like, "Bam, how much do you weigh? How tall are you? Oh, you a running back hitting the hole. You hitting the A gap." But it'd be funny because some be so unrealistic.
They sign up for it.
Oh,
though.
Speaking of, all right, this gonna be it.
I apologize. He's getting off topic.
This gonna be it right here. Hey,
it's not.
If y'all don't quit going on motherfucking Kendra G show and be like, y'all life be raggedy as hell. I got 5 kids. I need a man who make $100,000. All right, I don't.
And he better have kids of his own.
And he can't want any more kids. He can't have multiple baby mamas, but you got motherfucking 10. You got 10 baby daddies. He can't have 2 baby mamas. Like, bro, y'all be so untapped and unrealistic with what's going on in the world. Do y'all know the percentage of individual people who make $100,000? And I use that number because
I'm gonna pull one of the kids' numbers. Reel it in. Okay, but really quick, I'm about to go off topic, but this is important to me. We are going to be going to Jamaica, which I think we probably mentioned this. If you have been there before, if you have advice, if you have like a really nice all-inclusive adult resort that you think we should look into or recommend, please drop it in the comments so we can check them out, and definitely would appreciate that. So we can kind of narrow it down and get this thing going.
Give us the good, the bad. Don't give us your motherfucking, ooh, you got to go here because you're being paid to say that. Give us the unfiltered from your point of view, and we look at that. And we take everything with a grain of salt, so we do really appreciate it. But please quit thinking every brother make $100,000. Ain't a lot of brothers who make $100,000. Quit thinking every dude got to make. Ma'am, you don't make $100,000. How you gonna? It's like me saying, "Hey, I expect some shit out of you I can't give you. I expect you not to cheat on me, but I'm about to go bust shorty down around the corner." How that sound, bro? You want something that you
be getting fired up
because it's unrealistic.
We see it so much, and now you just like getting it all
the
out.
amount of people who make 100, and I've had this conversation with people I personally know, and I'm like, they like, well, the one person, not saying any names, that way they ain't feeling pointed out unless you really read through all their comments. Said, well, it depends on where you at. I'm talking about the statistic, which means it takes into account of overall numbers. People who make 100,000, I want to say it's like 17% of people actually make $100,000 or more.
Okay, just random thought. I know it sounds good. Speaking from knowing what like 90,000-ish, like people in that range bringing in that money. And I guess, I don't know if it's never enough. It don't feel like a lot.
It's not. Once you
don't.
Because you start adjusting to the lifestyle, it don't really feel.
It don't feel like a lot because you like, dang, I need some more money. I want to save more, but I'm still. It don't feel like a lot.
It really don't. But they hit a real unrealistic expectation, bro. What happened to, like, and this is the part where Kevin Samuels that I'll be talking about. He was big on dudes who had regular jobs. And when I say regular, I'm talking about made $50,000, $60,000 a year.
Wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with that. Like, y'all be looking at that like that shit is just despicable.
That's like normal to me.
But the women who talk about this ain't getting that. I be looking at women who say they get in the bag, right? But I really know them and their bag, without looking into their bank accounts, I know your lifestyle. I know the type of car you drive. I know the home you're talking about. Ma'am, sit your $60,000 earning ass down. That ain't the bag. That ain't the bag nobody talking about unless you're making $20,000, then that's the bag they achieving to try to get. But you're talking about the bag like it's $150,000, $200,000, and that ain't it.
But for them, they probably, and this is me assuming because I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It could be that for them because they were here and now they're in this better place, and it's like it makes them feel good, like, yeah, I'm finally getting the bag, and they still have aspirations to have more.
But you don't got it. But your demands is this dude gotta make
that's
it.
different. I'm just
you talking like you making that, and he gotta match your thing, but you don't have that bag. It ain't that. I don't give a damn what social media telling y'all. I know by statistics. I ain't talking about my own statistics. I ain't talking about Facebook, Instagram. I'm talking about the job, like the GOV sites that handle all that stuff. Y'all can look it up to whatever it is, right? The job statistics stuff. It's really on there. Google the shit if you don't believe me. You can go in the comments and say, oh, you're lying. Keep lying to yourself. I think the percentage of people who make 100,000 in the country is. I'm thinking
about the men who do not be that attractive, but you be like, oh, she gotta be
a dime.
Meanwhile,
you gotta have a 6-pack, your belly out the hill. How that look, bro?
Like, she gotta be perfect, and you over here with a keg.
You looking like Uncle Fester, but you talking about you want Holly Berry. How that work out, bro?
I'm thinking about Married at First Sight again, talking about the girls talking about. You're red, you know
your gingery hair. Like, I'm not calling you ugly, but you're
that's
gingery.
What you are.
But then he makes a comment saying about the women that he normally date having slender bodies, and it's the end of the fucking world. Like,
she was hot. Man,
you just shitted on him.
Like, I was like, dang, I feel bad for him. But then you get mad when he just says, well, I normally do, date, blah, blah, blah. And now you're in your feelings. And then be confident with yourself. Like, ma'am, it's not like your body is bad. You have a normal looking body. And he's saying that he used to like this. And you're not that. You're you. Be fine with who you are. And y'all either going to be together or you not. But don't be shitting on him and talking shit and then get mad when he give it back to you. And he wasn't even being petty. He was just having a conversation and you got in your feelings.
All right, man. So we're going to end it on that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Check out for clips on our TikTok at Just Us PC. That's JUSUSPC. The same on Instagram. You can find her.
Just JUS_me_Renee, RENEE.
On TikTok and Instagram with both the same handle. You can find me personally on Instagram at JULIOATL_ on Instagram. And then, of course, the podcast on JUSUSPC on both TikTok and Instagram. Until next week, my name is Julio.
Just me, Renee.
Peace.